Greetings from Story 79. Have you ever pondered the consequences that unfold when a formidable businesswoman comes to the stark realization that her achievements were attained at the expense of those who supported her journey? Today, we present a narrative that will astonish you, challenge your perceptions, and perhaps even motivate you to reevaluate your own views on achievement, fairness, and those who contribute to it. Join us as we explore the captivating journey of Emma Williams, a woman who seemingly possessed everything, yet stumbled upon a revelation that transformed her existence irrevocably. However, the true inquiry is whether she can rectify the situation. From where are you tuning in? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Greetings, everyone. Today, I have a tale that will resonate with you, provoke thought, and ideally spark transformation. Once upon a time in the bustling streets of New York, there lived a remarkable businesswoman named Emma Williams. Little did she know, her life was on the brink of a dramatic transformation. Emma constructed her empire from the very beginning, fueled by resilience, unwavering resolve, and the conviction that diligence would ultimately yield rewards. However, as you will soon discover, things are not always what they appear to be. Emma Williams had consistently taken pride in her exemplary efficiency. Their firm, based in the vibrant heart of New York, represented the pinnacle of achievement. Every corner of her office exuded an air of discipline, characterized by sleek lines, modern aesthetics, and a minimalist approach. Sentimentality had no place here, and softness was a luxury that could not be afforded. She forged this empire through countless late nights, tireless hours, and an unwavering conviction that those who put in the most effort would reap the rewards. For years, her method proved effective. The team dedicated themselves to extended hours, maintained focus, and delivered impressive outcomes. As her enterprise expanded, her renown flourished alongside it. Emma commanded respect, and for some, she inspired a sense of fear. Her belief was straightforward. Put in the effort and success will follow. Unable to succeed and you're done. The environment was fiercely competitive. Yet for Emma, it was the sole path forward. Yet recently, there was a distinct change. Emma started to observe that, in spite of the lucrative salaries and intense environment, her team was not as efficient as they once were. There was an unsettling feeling in the air. The office was filled with a noticeable lack of smiles. Less enthusiasm among individuals willing to endure the extended hours. She had always taken great pride in being a just employer. Yet, even she could not overlook the increasing layoffs and the waning vitality within the building. Her company, once a shining example of achievement, was starting to seem empty. One of the individuals who piqued Emma's interest was John Miller, a man who appeared to align with her vision flawlessly. He dedicated himself to his tasks, never voiced any grievances, and often took on extra shifts. He embodied the qualities that Emma respected: quiet, hardworking, and reliable. Yet, there was an unsettling quality about John that troubled her. Even with his commitment, he appeared to struggle to flourish like those around him. He didn't ascend through the ranks. He found himself trapped, overlooked, exerting more effort than ever but never making progress. Emma's interest was ignited. As twilight descended, following a day filled with endless meetings, Emma found herself at her desk, gazing out at the bustling streets of New York, her thoughts swirling in a whirlwind. She cast a fleeting look at John as he gathered his belongings and silently exited the building, as he did each evening. Yet this evening, an unusual feeling lingered in the air. He was not making his way home straight away. Without a second thought, Emma snatched her coat and made the choice to pursue him. A stirring within her urged her to seek out the truth, compelling her to delve deeper into the unknown. She followed him from afar, maintaining her vehicle behind his as they departed the bustling streets of New York and ventured into more tranquil neighborhoods. The glow of the city lights danced in her rearview mirror as they ventured further from the vibrant heart of the city. Eventually, John turned onto a narrow street that led to an old, weathered building in Brooklyn. The surroundings felt like a different universe compared to the opulence of Manhattan, where Emma's office was located. It was a location that seemed lost in the annals of time, with small, dilapidated houses, some barely upright, others adorned with graffiti. Emma left her car a few blocks back and strolled the remaining distance, making an effort to remain inconspicuous. She trailed behind John as they ascended a set of creaky stairs, arriving at an apartment that appeared untouched by time for decades. From her perspective, Emma could gaze through the window. Within the confines of the room, two young children stood by the door, their anticipation palpable. As John stepped in, a small bag of food clutched in his hands. Their eyes sparkled with excitement. They felt a gnawing hunger, a deep desperation for the meager meal he had provided. Emma felt a heavy weight in her chest as she observed. John, the individual who had epitomized her vision of an ideal employee, was not leading the existence she had envisioned. He wasn't residing in a stylish apartment or dining at the finest eateries. Instead, he found himself in dire circumstances, battling to provide for his children. The children enthusiastically snatched the food, consuming it as though it were their first meal in days. A young girl gazed up at John and softly inquired, "Daddy, will you be here tomorrow for breakfast?" John paused briefly, his expression gentle as he managed to conjure a smile. "Certainly, my dear, I will be here." Yet there was a glimmer of uncertainty in his gaze. Emma witnessed it. He felt uncertain about his ability to uphold his commitment. As Emma sat in her car, the air felt thick and stifling, making it hard for her to catch her breath. Her fingers clutched the steering wheel with an intensity that spoke volumes. Her knuckles became pale as she gripped tightly. She established her company on the principle that those who put in the most effort deserve to be recognized. Yet there stood John, a man who toiled more diligently than anyone else. And yet, he found himself in a battle. His children faced hunger, residing in a rundown apartment. Yet, Emma remained blissfully unaware. Her relentless pursuit of efficiency and her drive to push her employees to their limits blinded her to the human aspects of their lives. "How could I have overlooked this?" Emma murmured softly, her voice quivering with emotion. She had always viewed herself as a just employer. She had held the conviction that diligent effort would inevitably result in achievement. Yet at this moment, she found herself in a state of deep contemplation, reevaluating all that she once held to be true. Could it be that in her relentless pursuit of productivity, she had neglected the needs of those who were instrumental in constructing her empire? As Emma lingered in her car, the distant city lights danced like stars in the night. She came to the startling conclusion that her entire understanding of success and business was fundamentally flawed. She had concentrated so intensely on the figures, the final tally, that she had overlooked the most crucial element, the individuals. John Miller, a man who had devoted his all to her company, was struggling to get by, and it was due to her actions. She drove home that night, her thoughts swirling with the possibilities of transformation. The journey forward was shrouded in ambiguity. However, it was evident that she could no longer turn a blind eye to the truth. She needed to take action. For John, for his children, and for all the other employees like him who had been disregarded and unappreciated. The night stretched endlessly for Emma Williams. Her mind was consumed by the images that lingered in her thoughts. The sight of John Miller in that small, poorly lit apartment with his children, his weary eyes brimming with uncertainty, lingered in her mind. How had she overlooked this? She had consistently taken pride in her role as a leader who valued fairness and justice. However, she came to understand that her singular emphasis on efficiency and productivity had obscured her view of the genuine challenges faced by her employees. She had constructed her realm on the conviction that diligence would inevitably yield its fruits. Yet John, a dedicated individual who poured his efforts into her company, found himself with little to display except for fatigue and sorrow. As Emma lay in bed that night, her thoughts surged with urgency. She understood that a transformation was necessary. Change was inevitable. She realized she could no longer manage her company in the same manner. For countless years, her attention had been consumed by the financial aspects, the figures, the margins, the profits, causing her to overlook the very individuals who were the foundation of it all. John was more than just a part of the system. He was a devoted father, a man grappling with the challenges of supporting his loved ones. Yet she chose to overlook that. The following morning, Emma awoke feeling a weight in her chest. She felt an overwhelming urge to take action. She sought to grasp the dynamics at play among her team, what their lives truly entailed beyond the workplace. She had to view the situation through their lens. Thus, she resolved to take a bold step. It was an experience unlike any she had encountered previously. Rather than dedicating her day to her opulent office in Manhattan, making choices from the comfort of her desk, Emma made her way to Brooklyn, to the exact neighborhood where John had caught her off guard. She parked her car and, after years of absence, strolled through the streets, seeking to grasp the true essence of life for her employees. The area contrasted sharply with the lively, sophisticated avenues of Manhattan. Brooklyn had a raw, authentic essence. The structures stood aged, many crying out for restoration, adorned with graffiti that splattered across their surfaces. Individuals ambled along, their expressions etched with the burdens of existence. As Emma strolled, she observed the subtle details around her, the weary expressions etched on individuals' faces, the urgent looks shared among neighbors. This was not the reality she recognized. She had grown accustomed to opulence, to refined meeting spaces and elegant soirees. Yet, in Brooklyn, the truth was unfiltered. Emma had always believed she grasped the essence of hard work. Yet, she began to understand that she had never genuinely observed it. Her phone vibrated, jolting her back to reality. A message arrived from John Miller, inquiring whether he might have the opportunity to join her for lunch. The communication was succinct, perhaps excessively courteous. Little did John realize. Yet, the trajectory of their dialogue was on the brink of transformation. Emma strolled towards the quaint cafe nestled in Brooklyn, a spot that seamlessly melded into the street's corner. Ignored by the majority, it lacked extravagance. Yet, it possessed a unique allure. She made her entrance ahead of schedule. She tapped her fingers on the table with a hint of anxiety, feeling uncertain about how to engage with John. He made his entrance shortly thereafter, entering with his characteristic unwavering stride, exuding the essence of a committed professional. Yet, on this occasion, Emma perceived him in a new light. "John, I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me," Emma remarked, a faint smile gracing her lips. She felt a flutter of anxiety, yet she was unable to reveal it. Not after all that she had discovered. "Absolutely, Ms. Williams," he responded, positioned opposite her. His smile exuded courtesy, yet there was a glimmer in his eyes that hinted at uncertainty about what lay ahead. Neither of them had the faintest idea of what to say next. They had never engaged in such a conversation before, beyond the confines of the workplace. Following an extended silence, Emma chose to express her authentic self. "John, I've been reflecting on a few things. Concerning you, concerning your circumstances." She paused, uncertainty flickering in her eyes. However, it went on. "I was unaware. I had no idea about what you've been experiencing." For a brief moment, John's expression turned steely. Yet he became gentler. "No need to concern yourself with my well-being, Ms. Williams," he spoke softly. "I'm simply fulfilling my responsibilities for my family. I'm aware that I'm not alone in facing challenges." Emma gently shook her head. Her heart weighed down. "Negative, John. Indeed, you are correct. You're not alone in this. And that's precisely why I've arrived. I have dedicated my attention to the achievements of the organization. I have overlooked what truly matters. I've longed for the company of others. I desire to transform that." John gazed at her, his expression one of utter disbelief. "What is it that you wish to alter?" he inquired. His voice carried a hint of doubt. "I aim to ensure that you, along with others in similar situations, receive fair treatment. I want to ensure that those who put in the most effort for this company are recognized, who dedicates everything to it. No need to fight against it. There should be no need to sacrifice your family for your career." In a moment of firsts, John appeared exposed. His gaze became gentle, and his voice trembled as he spoke. "I'm uncertain about how much longer I can continue with this, Ms. Williams. I'm struggling to keep it together. My only desire is to ensure the best for my children. They are worthy of so much more than this. Emma sensed a tightness in her throat. The revelation struck her with intensity. The reality was right before her eyes. She had become so immersed in her pursuit of business success that she lost sight of the individuals who had contributed to her journey. John transcended the role of a mere employee. He was a man striving to earn his keep, striving to support his loved ones, just like everybody else. I will resolve this issue, John, she remarked, her voice unwavering and determined. I will ensure that no one endures this kind of existence. Not while I'm here. John remained silent for what felt like an eternity. And for the first time in ages, Emma sensed that she was genuinely attuned to the moment. This had transcended mere business. This centered around individuals, concerning dignity, concerning fairness. She needed to make the correct choice. What implications might that hold for the future of her company? And would her team have faith in her? As Emma lingered in her seat, contemplating the dialogue, she came to understand the extent of the effort that lay ahead. She felt uncertain about the changes that lay ahead, or how they might influence her enterprise. Yet she was certain of one thing. She found it impossible to return to the past. And then arose the pivotal inquiry. Was it possible for her to truly create an impact? Was it possible for her to transform the culture of her company and provide individuals like John with an opportunity for a brighter future? What are your thoughts on this, my companions? Do you think Emma Williams has the ability to make a comeback? Or will she not succeed? Continue observing. The forthcoming chapter will unveil the events that follow. Believe me, prepare to be amazed. Keep your eyes peeled. The subsequent days unfolded in a haze for Emma Williams. Her mind kept circling back to that conversation with John Miller. His words resonated within her thoughts. My only desire is to ensure the best for my children. Emma came to understand the depth of her previous oversight. She had constructed a vast dominion. Yet what is the price to pay? What value does achievement hold if those who supported you along the way are forgotten? That evening, as Emma settled into her office in Manhattan, she arrived at a decision. She couldn't merely discuss transformation. She had to take action. The empire she had created was fueled by cold, hard statistics, narrow confines, an unyielding drive. What if there existed a method to create a thriving business that genuinely valued the individuals who contributed to its success? What if true success was defined by the happiness of her team? Is there more than just profits? The following morning, Emma made her way to the office ahead of schedule. The city lay in slumber as she gazed out from her window, staring into the vast expanse of New York's skyline. It was the familiar sight she had encountered each day. Yet today there was a distinct feeling in the air. Today she was determined to embrace transformation. She had decided not to tread the familiar road she had followed for so long. Overwhelmed by her own obligations, she felt a duty to her employees, to John Miller, and to each individual who has dedicated their efforts to her company. Her aide, Rachel, rapped on the door and stepped inside. Ms. Williams, the board meeting will take place at 11 a.m. today. Are you prepared? Emma gave a slight nod. Her thoughts were already in a whirlwind, mapping out the actions she had to pursue. Indeed. However, I require you to complete a task for me before anything else. Rachel, she spoke, her tone steady yet resolute. Please collect details regarding our staff members. I would like to find out how many individuals are currently working double shifts, how many people have children, and how many are facing financial difficulties. I seek to uncover the reality regarding those employed by us. Rachel arched an eyebrow, taken aback. Do you really believe this is the right choice? Excuse me, Ms. Williams? I have no doubt. Emma responded with conviction. We've been functioning with the belief that our employees are merely statistics. However, they are not. They are individuals with their own experiences and emotions. We have overlooked their needs for an extended period. It's time to transform that. As Rachel set out to collect the necessary information, Emma devoted the morning to pondering her discussion with John. She reflected on the warmth of his smile when their paths first crossed. He had consistently demonstrated such politeness and respect. Nevertheless, in spite of his commitment, he had always been denied the chances he truly earned. Emma realized that she had let him down. She was determined not to let that occur once more. At 11 in the morning, Emma settled into the polished conference room of her Manhattan office, ready to engage with the board of directors. The atmosphere was thick with solemn expressions. Everyone was keen to talk about the upcoming actions for the company. David Thompson, a seasoned investor, gazed at her with anticipation. Emma, we have been examining the quarterly reports. The figures are impressive. What thoughts are occupying your mind today? Emma inhaled deeply. Her thoughts sharpened as she prepared to articulate her next words. After a long hiatus, she was prepared to express her reality. In our pursuit of financial achievement, we seem to have overlooked the most vital aspect of our organization: our employees. I've come to realize that a significant number of them are facing challenges, pushing through extended hours, and enduring hardships to provide for their loved ones. I'm looking for us to shift our strategy. A hush enveloped the room. David Thompson arched an eyebrow, undoubtedly doubtful. What do you mean by altering our method? This company has flourished due to our unwavering commitment to efficiency and productivity. I understand that, Emma responded. Her voice remained unwavering. However, we must be mindful not to continually drive individuals to their breaking points without taking their well-being into account. It is essential that we establish equitable compensation, support for childcare, a network of encouragement for individuals facing challenges. It is essential that we prioritize our investment in our team. It's more than just our profits. The board members cast hesitant looks at one another. Yet Emma continued her pursuit. I have already had conversations with several of our team members, incorporating John Miller. I have witnessed the truth of their existence. They truly deserve more. We will ensure they receive it. Following an extended silence, David Thompson at last found his voice. A transformation in our whole business model is what you're referring to. It's a significant gamble. Emma, but I guess you have a point. The human aspect of this company cannot continue to be overlooked. The meeting extended for an additional hour as Emma articulated her vision for the company's future. She suggested increasing salaries for every staff member, providing support for childcare and healthcare needs, establishing a safety net to support individuals encountering financial hardships. The plan was audacious, and one that would incur expenses for the company in the near future. Yet Emma was prepared to embrace the sacrifice. At the conclusion of the meeting, the board reached a consensus on her proposal. Although there was some reluctance, Emma understood that the path ahead would be challenging. Challenges lay on the horizon, and there would be opposition. Yet, after many years, she believed she was making the right choice. The following day, Emma convened a meeting for the entire company at the New York headquarters. The large auditorium was filled with employees, whispering with intrigue. Emma positioned herself at the forefront of the room. Her heart raced with a mix of anxiety and exhilaration. She had never spoken to the whole company in this manner before. Greetings, everyone, she commenced, her voice unwavering yet brimming with feeling. I'm certain you're all curious about the purpose of this gathering. I'm certain that many of you are feeling a bit anxious about what I'm about to share. However, I want you to understand that this is the most significant message I have ever conveyed. She hesitated, collecting her ideas before proceeding. I have come to understand that I have let you down. For many years, I have concentrated on the achievements of the organization. Yet, I have overlooked your challenges. I haven't fully acknowledged your dedication, your commitment, and the efforts you've made. And for that reason, I sincerely apologize. The atmosphere was still, and for a brief instant, Emma felt uncertain about whether they truly believed her. However, she saw the faces of the employees, somewhat ambiguous. Others are filled with hope. She continued forward. We are about to transform everything. We will ensure that everyone here receives the necessary support to flourish. We are increasing salaries, offering support for childcare, establishing a fund to assist those who require support. I understand that this will be a challenge.
Yet, y assure you.
We stand united in this journey. We function as a cohesive unit. Now is the moment for us to begin behaving accordingly. The employees lingered in a state of disbelief, enveloped in a heavy silence for a brief moment. And then, gradually, the sound of applause started to resonate throughout the room. Initially, it was uncertain, yet as the understanding dawned, the clapping intensified. Emma experienced a sense of relief wash over her, understanding that this was the correct choice. With the conclusion of the meeting, John Miller made his way toward her. His eyes brimmed with appreciation. "Thanks a lot, Ms. Williams," he remarked. His voice quivered. "Your words have inspired a sense of optimism within me." Emma beamed. She was enveloped in a profound sense of pride, unlike anything she had felt previously. "Thanks a lot, John. You revealed to me the essence of what truly counts. And now it's my opportunity to demonstrate that I am attentive to your words." Thus it follows, Emma Williams had discovered her calling. More than merely a businesswoman, yet as someone who grasped the essence of achievement. She had come to understand that achievement transcended mere financial metrics. It centered around the individuals you supported, the lives you influenced, the transformation you introduced to the world. Yet, the inquiry persists. Can Emma Williams maintain this transformation? Or will the demands of the corporate landscape draw her back into familiar patterns? What are your thoughts? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. And keep an eye out for what unfolds next in this remarkable adventure. I appreciate your time and attention. Your time spent watching this story is genuinely valued. Your encouragement is invaluable to us. We trust it has encouraged you to reflect on the true essence of achievement and equity. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest tales from us at Stories 79. Keep an eye out for more uplifting and insightful pieces. Thanks once more. Until next time, take care.